Hello, everyone. Greetings. Wore out today. Had a lot of work to do outside. For most people, yard work includes things like cutting the grass, making things grow, tending to the pool. For a Sith, it's just all about killing everything that's green. And, the only pool that we need to talk about is a pool of blood that we make from the Jedi. Now, that's all theory. But yeah, fun stuff. Fun stuff. So, still a little bit hot from all that. I took a shower to try to cool off, but if you see me starting to sweat during this stream, it's not because it's such a hard stream. It's just because I'm still hot from working outside. All right, for anyone who's new to the channel, maybe doesn't know how to make the lightsabers work, here's a tutorial. You take the lightsaber, you pass it through the like button. The like button gets absolutely destroyed by it. That's the purpose. That's how we do. All right. What do we got? What do we got over here? Use life drain. Works like magic. Yeah, if you don't want to approach the like button, you can just drain it from, yoink some life out of the like button from far. What would that be? Like drain instead of life drain? Like drain. Perfect. Love it. I was inside all day because the weather was bad. Nice. Yeah, the problem with the outside is that there's just so much of it. Oh, I mean for the green on your yard. Yeah, life drain for the green on my yard. Brown up all the grass, go out there, make all the neighbors mad. Degrading the value of the neighborhood. I'll have the neighborhood watch over here telling me to replant my lawn. Be more neighborly. Your lawn should be green. Anything for the like button. Arva says just don't use a blaster. That is uncivilized. Man, more Kenobi hints over here. I don't know. I think he's got some Jedi leanings. We might have to put him in for questioning here at some point. I titled the stream specifically for Nabokov, so if anybody didn't catch the title, check it out. Just for fun. All right, so we got some fun stuff. Today we've got a bunch of questions to answer. Some pretty good ones, I think. And yeah, so we'll dig into those questions before we dig into Grand Arenas. We're going to have a pretty exciting one for the Division 1, I think. And I think we'll have some offensive fun for the Division 10. So should be a pretty good day today. That explains why Nabokov hasn't said anything yet. I shared the title with him ahead. He knew it was coming, so maybe he's watching League of Legends. Man, it's the finals today. It's the spring split finals, and it stinks that my stream time overlaps. So if you guys see me looking up like this, it's because I've got I got League of Legends playing in the background, watching the game. I at least want to see what happens, even if I can't watch it. Go back and watch it later. Nabokov says he's working on account reviews. Cool. Nice. Helping people out, giving people more help. All right, so let's start with questions. And we had one pretty good question that I want to dig into first. And it was a very specific question. And the person said, what sounds like for Jedi Knight Revan, and based on some earlier information that was out there, felt like Commander Luke Skywalker would be a good bet for an early character, and started CLS and is working on Han and Chewie and Chupio. And said, well, I'm watching the stream, and you're not very big on the Rebel ships anymore, and I feel like I may have made a mistake, and I'm starting to second guess myself, and maybe I should go work on Darth Revan. So what do I think? And here's what I think. Finish what you start. A finished CLS team is going to be better than a started Darth Revan team. So no regrets. I mean, if you had to go back and do over again, maybe you would just go Jedi Knight Revan into Darth Revan and feel better about it. But it's not bad that you went for CLS. CLS is a great character. His team is still end game viable after 4 years or whatever it is. His team still plays well. Chupio gave it, a second lease on life, and that character doesn't even have to be that good. He can be, 3 stars, 4 stars, whatever you got, low gear, and he gives everybody a 20% boost based on your leader. So once you get your CLS to relic level, that team just takes off like a rocket, and you'll be able to use that team for a long time. And you do get the pilots for the Millennium Falcon in Han and Chewie, and you'll be able to build them up and have good success with the Millennium Falcon as well, I assume. So it's not a matter of right or wrong or what you should have done. The wrong thing to do, in my opinion, is to stop a project in the middle and go start another project. That happened to me. I did that on my main account several times, and that's why I have Zeta Night Sisters that never got any more effort. I started them, and then at some point just said, no, I'm not going to work on Night Sisters. I got to work on this Galactic Legend. Like, nothing gets better until I finish my Galactic Legend. And I just stopped working on the Night Sisters and stopped all the projects that I had going on right then and just, went straight for the Galactic Legend. And it's a choice I made, but I just ended up with a bunch of stuff in my account in the middle that's not helping. So I don't regret that particular choice, but you've seen it with my clones. Same way, I started the clones and got them part way, and then I just relicked 5s and made a team out of it that works. Grievous the same way. I've got all the stuff unlocked for him. I got all the droids to 7 stars. And then, they're at gear 10, gear 11. I think maybe Droidica's even gear 8 or 9. I just haven't finished them. So I figured out at some point that starting new projects was the wrong thing to do, and finishing existing projects is the right thing to do. So stick with it. Take that CLS team and just take it to the hilt. If you say, okay, I want to relic my CLS, and then I'm just going to leave it alone there. I'll, gear 11, gear 12, Han and Chewie and Chupio, and just leave it be, an okay team with 1 relic character. That team is going to be a lot of stuff for a long time. If you decide then you want your Jedi Knight Revan team to be your main team. But the Dark Council, we've been discussing things about strategies, early game strategy, efficiency, and there's a concept that Vader calls pivot farming, and I would call it something different, branching. But pivot is good enough, and if the Dark Council wants to use the term pivot, I'm fine with pivot. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit about how a pivot might work and what that means for an account with CLS or any team, and specifically with the Revan. Because the person said they also had Padme unlocked but had never started working on Padme. So if we come over here to an account and we look at pivot farming, if we just look at this team first, and you say, okay, I'm going to do an easy start. I want the game to be easy for me. I want to be able to complete Galactic Wars. So we're just going to start with Phoenix, do that, get that out of the way, unlock Thrawn. Well, we're going to put extra effort into Ezra Bridger, right? And if Ezra is the best character on the team, and we leave these other characters on the Phoenix at relatively low levels just to complete the event, then we're done with that, right? And we've got like 1 good character and some other stuff that's going to become backwall cannon fodder. We don't mind. And then later, what we can do is pivot Ezra out of that team. Now we're building a Jedi team out of it, and we're going to put Bastila Shan in the lead. We're going to start working on Jedi Knight Anakin, Ahsoka Tano, Jolie Bindo. Those characters are all good characters. They're all things we need. We need Bastila and Jolie to unlock Jedi Knight Revan. We need Jedi Knight Anakin and Ahsoka Tano to go to the Padme team. And we've got the Ezra Bridger already because we farmed up the Phoenix. So now we've got a Jedi team, and we start building that up. Well, once we get Jedi Knight Revan unlocked, this is no longer going to look like the best Jedi team. Plus, once we get 5 Jedi, we're going to unlock Grand Master Yoda. So Grand Master Yoda is going to become one of our better Jedi. and now we split again or pivot again, however you want to look at it, and we might make a team like this, where we've got Jedi Knight Revan in the lead. Here's our Bindo. We're still keeping Ezra Bridger over here. Now we've got Grandmaster Yoda unlocked, and maybe we don't have a Hermit Yoda, and maybe this is where, you know, Bastila goes because we've got her. So you say, okay, well, the Bastila can go in here. That's fine. I don't have Hermit Yoda. So you pivot to this team by using three of the characters off your Jedi team, plus a new character that you built, plus this character that you unlocked. And that, you know, is close to your Revan team that you're going to use for a long time. And it looks like my game crashed. Yikes. That is not good. Well, at least it did it now instead of in Grand Arena, so let's hope that's out of the way. And then the other side of the pivot, Bookish stopped in, can't stay, just wanted to say hi. Hey, man, cool. Thanks for stopping in, appreciate you. Smash that like button on your way through. See if you can, like, cut it into 1,000 pieces. All right. So then the other side of that pivot, remember we had Ahsoka and Jedi Knight Anakin in that team as well. So the other side of the pivot, then assuming that we've got some kind of separatist team or something that unlocked Padme, then you're going to make the pivot to this, where you've got Padme. You've already built Ahsoka and Jedi Knight Anakin. You've been playing the game long enough that now Kenobi's coming along. You got her. And you add another Galactic Republic character like Barriss Offee or whatever you want to add here. Or put in a 5s if you're building a 5s until you get something better. But you can fill in this 5th slot. Or you can use this team for underdog, 4-man, 3-man in Grand Arena with either these 3 characters or with Ahsoka in there. And, instead of Kenobi. But you can swap out these teams. And then the last team that you get is you come in here with the Phoenix, and we've stolen Ezra Bridger out of here, and he's going to go with the Jedi. But the good news is, if we want to still make that a 5v5 defense team that we can throw on the back wall, we just pop Sabine Wren in there, and we've gone back to a 5-man Phoenix team. So we pivoted from here to... I did these teams in the wrong order, but we pivoted from starting out with Phoenix to make things easy. We got this Jedi team up and running. We used characters out of that to build a Revan team, and then we took the leftovers from the Revan team and put them with a Padme team. And here you end up with 2 end-game viable teams, but you've always had viable teams along the way, right? There was never a point where these characters were just floating off on their own waiting for something to get unlocked. So that's a little bit the concept of pivot farming, and it can be done, in here with Jedi Knight Revan. It can be done with dark side teams, the Sith, the troopers, for example. You can start out with a trooper team and put in Vader. You put in Emperor Palpatine with 3 of the troopers, and then split those out into a trooper team plus a Sith team once you get Thrawn and some other characters unlocked. So pivot farming is the idea of you cobble together a useful team out of characters that you want, and then as you build the teams that you do want, you pivot to those things. And then let's say from there we want to pivot to maybe the next level for that account would be unlocking Hermit Yoda, and then maybe you want to unlock the Wampa and go for Jedi Knight Luke, 6 months from now or something like that. So you just keep building your teams, leaving no one behind. All right. One of the nice things about early games is that one character can lead to such a dramatic shift. Grandmaster Yoda makes Jedi work, and then JKR makes him top tier. Yep, that's true, Nabokov. Emperor Palpatine changes how Sith or how Empire works. Padme does the same thing for early game. GBA does the same thing for Geos. Piett is the same wherever you use him. Nope, just not with Vader. Not with Vader. I'm sorry, man. I can't give that joke up. It's funny to me somehow. So for anybody who doesn't watch the streams or doesn't know, Nabokov fan is a huge fan of putting Piett with Vader because of the stacking potency and offense. And it's a good thing. He's always bugging me to play those 2 together, so I always tell him that I'm not going to. All right, so that's a little bit on pivot farming. And then I'm going to go into the next question where somebody asked, should I work on an Old Republic team or a Sith Empire team with Darth Revan, even if I can't get Malak unlocked? So let's say you're going to work on Old Republic. Now, for a lot of unlocks, you can get the unlock done with characters at a relatively low level. But for Malak, you actually have to have the characters decently geared. So the question is, should I work on an Old Republic team and get Darth Revan unlocked, which isn't so bad, and then just come back later for Malak? And that's a little bit the idea of pivot farming, right? So if you did that, you might build up these characters and you might get Darth Revan unlocked, but you're not going to have the Sith Empire Trooper, which you want for that Darth Revan team, and you're not going to have the Darth Malak unlocked that you'll eventually want for that team. So you'll unlock Darth Revan, but you won't have the most effective Darth Revan team. Well, the good news is you will make a functional Old Republic team, which isn't bad early game. I mean, if you, Carthlead with Canderous and Mission in Zalbar, and then throw in Juhani or whoever just because you have her. So there's a way to make a team out of these prerequisite characters where it's okay. It's like an Ewok team. It's a barrier team where it's not necessarily that it's going to beat your opponent or steal a bunch of banners from them, but they have to bring in a team of a certain quality. So if you put Old Republic out there, yes, you can solo it with a Relic, Kylo Ren, old school. But you have to have it, right? It's a gut check. Do you have that character available to take out that team? And if you don't, you have to bring in something of a certain quality. Otherwise, they'll throw damage over times on everybody, and that'll be it. Like if you got a weak Padme team, you can bring a Padme team against this, and once you use your middle skill and convert all of the debuffs to courage, it just goes crazy. So there's ways to beat it. It's not hard, but then you've used up that team. The Darth Revan team, on the other hand, you say, okay, well, the Darth Revan team's not that good. But all you have to do is put Revan, make him fast, Bastila Fallen, make her fast. HK is not a bad character. There's no reason, you could build him up decent, and just those three, as long as they're fast and you're going first, you're going to be stealing turns away from them anyway. HK will get to go at least once. And basically, you just use this on offense. This is a massive defensive team, right? Darth Revan is very hard to beat as a defensive team with the full team of Sith Empire. But just with these three characters, as an offensive team, you walk in, you push three buttons, you blow up the other team, they're debuffed, they're feared, they're stunned, they're dead, it's over. It's like an Imperial Trooper team, you just go off, they're dead, and they don't get turns. So can you do that without, and the Sith Assassin is, not Sith Assassin, the Sith Marauder is considered like the best fifth character for that Darth Revan team. You don't have to have any of them. You don't need the Marauder, you don't need Malak, you don't need the set. Just put in Revan, Bastila Fallen, use the HK that you already have to build anyway, use it on offense, and you're not going to beat like a Relic Geo team or anything like that with it, but if you go up against teams with similar, that's a three-man kill squad, you're just done. So is there a reason to do that? Absolutely. And then later, as you build up your characters to do the Malak event, then you add Malak, and then once Malak is underway and you're farming him for get currency, then you can build up your Marauder, your Sith Empire Trooper, and put them on the teams later. Old Republic is so annoying. Pedro Corones asked, why are you farming the Revans in Old Republic so late? By late, I mean you have 4 million GP. So I've explained this before, that this account's not that old. I mean, it's a year and a half old. And once I started playing the game, like I was just saying, I unlocked a bunch of characters. I started a bunch of stuff. I was working on the Revans. I was working on, the Separatist droids, clones, Night Sisters. Like I was working on all this stuff that I, quote, should have. And then I just said, no, that is not the way to play the game. The game has changed. It's Galactic Legends now, and all I'm going to do is farm Galactic Legends. So I went in, I got my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Once I got him, I relicked a few characters, like the Triumvirate. I wanted the Triumvirate really bad, so I relicked them. And then I went straight into the requirements for the Sith Eternal Emperor. And then I'm going to go straight into the requirements for Galactic Legend Rey. You can see I've got these guys all farmed out to 7 stars now, and we're going to start working on Rey. So I will get Revan and Malak someday, but I'm getting the Galactic Legends first. The game is Galactic Legends now, and any Galactic Legend I get is better than Darth Revan. I do have the Revan requirements favorited. So, like when it's hard node day, I'll come in here and I'll farm Juhani, and I'll farm who else do I have left to farm? I don't know, but I'll farm Juhani on hard node day because I want that someday. So I'll get her to 7 stars, and then one day when I really want Darth Revan and I don't have other projects going on, then I'll go over and grab him. Do you plan to give C all of his Zetas? I don't know. I'm thinking about not giving him the Zeta on the basic. I ran out of Zetas. I had 4 of them saved up, and I ran out of Zetas. But now that I know it drives people crazy to not have Zetas on, I might, Zeta this, and then just wait a long time before I. No, I think I will definitely give him this as soon as I can get a Zeta, and then I think this is also probably important. I'll see how it plays. If I feel like it's important, I'll put it on. So I think it's going to be needed. But yeah, he'll probably end up at 6 Zetas. Probably. I don't feel as strongly about his Zetas as I do about SLKR. Rey makes me cringe. I know Rey makes you cringe, but it's the best defensive character in Grand Arena. So, I need Rey to be that blocker on, the bottom front where they have to beat her. Literally, the reason I'm getting Rey is for Grand Arena to put her on the bottom front as a defensive team. And she will sit there all the time, every time. And I most likely will put her with Han Solo and Chewbacca because, man, I have fought against teams that have Han and Chewie in the Rey team, and it just makes it so much of a threat because if you lose against her once, as soon as you restart that, Han still gets to shoot first, and it makes that team really annoying to beat, really annoying. So Rey is just purely defensive, but again, if I got Revan instead, Revan would be a good defensive team, but Rey is a better defensive team than Darth Revan. So automatically, that's what I need to work on. Do you ever plan to get Jedi Knight Luke? Yeah, of course. Yep. And that's part of the reason why I'm not in a hurry to get Malak, because right now I have to get Wampa, and if I have to get Wampa, that takes my Get 1 currency. So if I'm pouring Get 1 currency into Wampa already, I already can't build Malak. So that's why the Darth Revan and Malak thing is on the back burner. I would rather finish out my Wampa and go for Jedi Knight Luke and do that route for where I am right now than to get Revan and Malak and work on the Malak. So, okay. Why Rey before Luke? Just because I can get Rey, I can't get Luke. I can't meet the requirements for Luke yet. I don't, there's a lot of stuff I don't have for Jedi Master Luke. Rey's better, isn't she? In the Rey versus Luke battle, again, I don't own either of these characters at the moment, but I've watched enough videos. And from what I see, Jedi Master Luke can be a better character than Rey by far as an offensive character. But he requires so many good characters from other teams that you have to be pretty much endgame with a whole bunch of good stuff to throw on your Jedi Master Luke team. You can't just, throw a few Jedi on his team and say, okay, there you go, there's a Jedi Luke team. Rey is the other way around. Like, you can throw the kitchen sink with Rey. You can make a great team with Rey. You can make a mediocre team with Rey. Yeah. Heck, you can put her with Jawas and it's good, So it's like, Rey is a little bit more forgiving in the sense that you can build some pretty decent teams around her. Now, her resistance team is not the greatest team to put with her, but she's not too hard to mechanic up into something good. I was thinking of going JML after getting my first big project, Gas. Luke's requirements are insane. Yeah, Jedi Master Luke is a good character, but he's not an early game character. I think if you're under 4 million galactic power, don't even look at Jedi Master Luke. Again, you can. It's just my opinion. I think there's more efficient things to do, and let the game come to you. And once you've got more of the requirements and you've taken your time and you've got the C-3PO and you've got more of that stuff unlocked, then Jedi Master Luke starts to make a lot more sense. You know, you don't have to build all that stuff in order to get to him. If you want to be super efficient, you could save Get for the Malak and get Wampa shards from galactic bounties. It would take a while, though. Yeah, it's like I said, I've been playing for a year and a half, and I've been getting Wampa shards every time that comes up. And I mean, it helps, but it's not getting me a Wampa. So yeah, I'll definitely have to buy out the Wampa. And then once I buy the Wampa, I'll start saving the Get currency. And then when I do get the Malak, I'll already be, you know, money in the bank toward his upgrades. Upside to JML is that there will always be more Jedi added to the game. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the Journey Guide efficiency stuff, that Jedi Master Luke has the most upward potential because there's going to be more Jedi. And with the power creep in the game, you would assume that the Jedi they add are going to be better than the Jedi that are already in the game. So, yeah, he will get better over time for sure. All right, so we talked about the Revan and Old Republic. We talked about the pivot stuff. I got one more question I want to answer before we go into the first Grand Arena stuff, and that is about the troopers and whether or not it's a good idea to put early Zetas on troopers. Somebody asked, if you only have one Zeta, would you rather put it on Veers or Piett? And I'm going to answer that question. Another person said, you know, if I have one Zeta to give, is Veers or Piett a good first Zeta? So if we go into this trooper account and we take a look at Veers' leadership, his leadership says they gain 10% turn meter whenever they gain a buff. And this is such a huge thing for the troopers, right? If you don't have the Zeta, they gain 20 speed, they gain some offense, but they're not gaining that turn meter from gaining buffs. And this is really the mechanic that drives the troopers. This is the engine, right? And Piett's Zeta, the way that works, every time somebody starts a turn or takes an action, you get a stack of the Emperor's Trap. And that requires the Zeta to do. This is a buff. So the big thing, the interaction between those two, every time somebody starts a turn, everybody gets a stack of Emperor's Trap. They all get a buff. They all get 10% turn meter. So now your team is accelerated. So as you... Did I get that wrong? Hang on a second. Is Veers' Zeta actually the aggressive tactician? That's an Omega. Yeah, okay. Yeah. My bad. So it's actually here is the Zeta on Veers. Sorry for that. That's my mistake. But again, this is part of your engine, right? So here we've got whenever an enemy is defeated, they have an 80% chance to gain offense up and a 40% chance to gain turn meter. And when you get that Zeta on there, it's just they gain the offense up and they gain 50% turn meter. And this is also a huge part of the engine. And you'll hear me in my stream sometimes going, get a kill. We need to get a kill. We need to get a kill before our turn meter runs out. And that's how this works. As soon as you get that kill, you get the 50% turn meter, you get offense up, and that's going to give you 10% turn meter here, 50% turn meter here. The Snow Trooper has another 30% turn meter for a kill on top of that. So it's drive. Okay? If you don't have this, and you're just relying on the Piett Zeta to give your turn meter, it's not enough. And you will run out of turn meter if you don't get a kill. So the answer is, okay, my troopers are big enough. I've already got, a couple Gear 12 troopers, and they're doing good. Then Piett would be your first buff. Because then you have this feeling like, well, it doesn't matter if I get turn meter when I kill everybody, because once everybody takes a turn and then one or two other characters, take their second turn, it's going to be over, right? So I don't need that. But if you've got relatively low-level troopers, or just one of them that's really good, then you're going to want to do Veers. But my opinion, it takes like a week or two to get a Zeta. You're going to want to do both of those back to back. If you're doing troopers, you really need both of those. Now, Stark also has a Zeta, and I'm a fan of it. I think it's a great Zeta. I haven't found the priority to put this on yet, but eventually I will definitely put this on. And this steals turn meter from the enemy, removes 1% turn meter for each active Empire ally, which is doubled for Imperial Trooper allies. So with 5 troopers, this removes 10% turn meter every time he goes, and it virtually guarantees that your opponent can never sneak in a turn while you're doing your turn meter train. So it's really a big deal. Of course, some teams are immune to the turn meter loss, but it's fine. What you get out of this Zeta is worth it. And for the events in Conquest where you have to remove a certain amount of turn meter, I've actually completed a lot of those with the troopers because Stark is removing turn meter on my main account. Not on this because I don't have the Zeta on my small account yet, but on my main account I use that as the method by which I remove turn meter and get that quest done. Moff Gideon helps a lot too because he steals a lot of turn meter. So between him and Stark, we do the quests. I did Stark first because it was required for an event and he didn't have high enough gear. Okay, I guess that's a reason. All right. The Zeta is for the added offense and whatnot, then yes. Okay, I guess that's a fair point. So if let's say, for instance, you're going to do troopers, but you might do a trooper team like I do in Arena, where you put Vader in with the troopers. Then Piett is going to be increasingly more likely to be your first good Zeta, because he's going to stack up the Emperor's trap on Vader, and once Vader goes, you're going to wipe out the opposing team. So I play this in Arena like this, and most times Vader never gets to go because the troopers just go and finish. But he's there kind of as the tank because he's pretty high level. He's got decent hit points, and I don't want to tank with Snowtrooper. So I throw him in kind of as a tank and use, this Imperial ambition, and I throw that onto Vader and make him take the hit. But then, okay, maybe it makes more sense to Zeta Piett first. Anyway, I don't think there's really a wrong answer to that. Each one has its own merits. But again, if you're going to commit to one Zeta, then you want your very next Zeta to go on the other guy so that you've got this combo rolling for your trooper teams. You have to use troopers for a variety of things this month, says Nabokov. Yeah, it's like Trooper Month. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's helping with troopers in galactic challenges and all kinds of stuff. So don't build your troopers right now because this is the month for troopers, and by the time you get them built, it'll be the month for something else. So if you're building it for that reason, if you're going after events, just be aware that the time of trooper events is almost over. It'll go with the GAC round, I think. The galactic challenges are annoying because there's nothing but Mando feats. Man, I'm with you on that one. It's just goofy. It's goofy how many Mando feats they have in here. They say bonuses for Mandalorians, but look at this. I get a Gear 3, a T3 box, and I am so far away from getting the Tier 4 box. I don't have Mandalorians. It doesn't even matter. If I could come up here and clear 7, I could get 18 more and get this box. So, I'm sorry, clear 6. So I have to get a team that can get all the way up here to clear 6 just to get the Tier 4 box. So that's pretty frustrating. And those Night Sisters are hard to beat with a lower level team like Geos or stuff like that. You really don't have a very good time against the Night Sisters because they have the AoE plague and all that. So, yeah, the galactic challenges are a bit hit or miss until you get like one good team that can do 5 reliably and possibly 6. You're kind of stuck. You'll be happy I have Relic and Gear 12 troopers now. Only 1 Zeta left, but getting that Omega on Piett for me. Might come in handy that one time that you use Vader with Piett. Have I done the Loquitur count Grand Arena? Nope. We're still answering questions right now. I'm just about to get into that. It's time for me to go. I got to look, though. I got to look and see. How are we doing on likes? Oh, man. This is awful. I've issued people with lightsabers. Inquisitors, you have your lightsabers. Okay, here's the tutorial again for anybody who doesn't know. The lightsaber gets passed through the like button. The like button gets absolutely destroyed. All right? Somebody said earlier that you could also do a like drain. It's like a life drain, except it's made for like buttons. So, yeah, do a like drain if you don't want to get up. Just do that from a distance. Like Nihilist does, like Malak does. Just yoink. Take it out of there. All right. Glad you're streaming during my study break. Cool. Good timing. All right. Well, let's take a look at this Loquitur account. Let's see what we've got for Grand Arena matchup over here. So if we go and we look at our last matchup, we had a pretty good feeling that we would win. We got him stuck on our back wall here with our Vader on defense. And he got 3 zones. We cleared all 4 zones, got the victory. I think that was already that way when we were on stream, so that's good. My opponent for this Grand Arena, he's above me. He's above where I was on Galactic Power at the moment that I locked in. A little less on ships. I'm up around 400 on ships, and for characters, he's got more. Quite a bit more, like 100,000 more than me. So he's way ahead on characters. In fleets, he's still got good stuff in fleets. He's got this Anakin ship and Anakin at relic level, and he's got, stuff that he's building toward the Negotiator. He's got the Geos as a fleet. And look at this, he's already got Hyena Bomber and Vulture Droid to go with this Geo team. So he's probably going Malevolence first, but man, this is some tough fleet. And then he doesn't have a whole bunch of extra stuff down here, so his fleet is pretty decent. I'm assuming that he's going to keep the Geos and the mech ships for offense, and I assume that he's going to put this on defense. That's what I would do. So we got a decent shot against this. We can play with the Hound's Tooth for a second. I think we'll be able to kill Anakin behind the Hound's Tooth, and then we'll have to sort out the rest of his team over the course of a few turns. He does have 3 relic characters with Vader, Padme, and Jedi Anakin. And that is a dangerous set of characters to have relicked against me. So that made me sad to see those 3 characters. Made me an unhappy Loquitur. He's also got Bosk at Gear 12 with Zetas. He's got Geo Brute Alpha at 12 with Zeta. So his account, I would say he's been playing it a little bit longer than I've been playing it because he has more Zetas and he's put more effort in. But you see, like some of the opponents that we've faced in the past, his good characters run out very quickly. So he's focused. He's building just Padme team, Empire team, Bounty Hunters a little bit, and then Geos, right? A little bit. And he doesn't really have much behind that. And he's already working on the Ewoks. He's got C-3PO at 5 stars. So he's really going in for that Padme team with a lot of focus. So that's good. I mean, it's a good thing to do for your account. But I'm going to try to take advantage of that and stretch him a little thin in the Grand Arena. So what I did on defense is pretty much the same thing that I did against the last opponent. Looks like Hyperdrive too. No, I don't think this is a Hyperdrive account. He'd have a lot more 80s down here if this was Hyperdrive. He'd have 80s for days. So, no, it's pretty sure that's not Hyperdrive. Okay, so if we go look at defense, so here's what I did. I put good defenses down. I put my Padme team here on defense in front. I put my good team back here with Vader again in the back. I'm playing the same strategy I did last time, where this is going to pull at least a decent team from him. He's got to play to beat that. Doesn't have to be a great team, but he's going to be able to beat one of these teams with his Padme and Jedi Knight Anakin. He can take either one of them. But I think both of these teams have mechanics that are going to make it dangerous for him to try to Vader solo or, underman with Vader on either one of these teams. So the whole point is I'm trying to draw him off, maybe get him to throw away his Vader right here. If he throws away his Vader there, then I'll have him. I'll stop him on one of those. Okay. JKR is always garbage on defense if it's the traditional lineup. If you do Jedi Knight Revan in 3s with Yoda and Bindo, it's a good defensive team. They've got to bring in something really good to beat that, or something like Nihilus or whatever, so that they can't get Resurrects. Because characters like Jolie that are already hard to kill in 5s are even harder to kill in 3s. So more so than it's a Revan team, the fact that you got Bindo in 3s, and if you've got a well-built Bindo that's hard to kill, he's increasingly hard to kill in 3s. And it's just a timeout team. It may win or it may not win, but who cares? Bindo just keeps bringing back Yoda every time you kill him. If you kill Revan, Bindo brings him back, And if you can't kill him, then Yoda's dancing all over your face. So it's not a bad defense. I've put that on defense a few times already. How do you manage to stockpile credits? I'm telling you guys, it all comes down to a couple things with the credits. And I'll swear to you, selling off the gray mods, not investing anything in looking at the left side gray mods, the circles, the diamonds, and the squares, is saving me a ton of money. It's really saving me a ton of money. The fact that I'm not bringing up other characters, like I have a fixed group of characters that I'm working on, they're already 85, so I'm not throwing more credits at leveling up characters, has allowed me to keep money in the bank. It's working really well. I actually changed my strategy this week, and when you guys see the account update for this week, there's going to be a small change in the strategy. And what I did, I specifically want more circles with health, and you can either have health or protection on those mods. So instead of selling off all the gray mods this week, what I did was I sold off all the protection mods this week. So all of the green ones that were protection and all the gray ones that were protection are gone. And all the health ones that are gray and green, I kept and worked on. So mixing things up, trying some new stuff. But man, the amount of credits that I'm not spending and getting credits by selling those mods is really balancing out the account well and saving me tons of credits. And I may not be developing my mods quite as fast as I could be, but I am happy with the way that it's running. Really happy. Okay, so what he put on defense, he put in Newt. And Newt's always annoying, but this team is like super weak. Like 33,000 galactic power. So this is a walkover. I could kill that with almost anything. It seems hard to solo, though, because if you only bring in one character, they can run circles around you. So we're actually going to have to do something against that team. Over here, we've got Bounty Hunters, and it's 49,000. It's a decent team. You can't underestimate the Bounty Hunters because you got to kill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, and Bosk is hard to kill already, and he's got the Zeta. So I think this might be a trooper thing, because then every time I kill one of these Bounty Hunters, it still counts as a kill. I still get to turn meter train, and I should be able to just go. And then I still have, on defense, I did not place my Geos. So I still have my Geo team. So no matter what he's got on the back wall, I've got Geos. Now the reason I saved my Geo team is simply this. If I was him, I would put this Padme team, these 3 characters right here, I would put that on defense every single matchup. Every matchup. I would take Vader on offense and I would put this on defense. At our galactic power, who's going to beat this on defense? Remember, if this is an offensive team, it's going to beat exactly one team on defense. If you put this as a defensive team, it can beat every team that I have. So if I had this team built up this well, which I will soon, that's going to become my cornerstone defense even over Geos, and I'll use the Geos on offense. So once you have this, man, there's no reason you wouldn't put it on defense. So with that in mind, I said, look, the only thing in my entire account that can even threaten that team is the Relic Spy. So the Spy can actually kill Jedi Knight Anakin in one hit. Especially when he has a bunch of buffs on and protection up and Padme buffs and all kinds of stuff. And that Spy comes flying out of there and he can wreck Jedi Knight Anakin. So I saved this team just so that I could have a chance, a small chance, that if he put that on defense, that I could actually contest it and possibly beat it. Plus, if he keeps it on offense, the Padme team kills this and the Vader team kills this. So I feel like there's no reason to put it on defense because it'll pull one of those teams, but it's either way they're going to die. I mean, they're going to die to Vader or they're going to die to Padme. So I felt like it was best to keep them on offense. So I've got them for the back wall, whatever's back here. Let's check chat real quick. Which team does beat JKR? I've been coming up against a lot of them, and the only thing I can throw is Gear 13 Vader-led Sith team. Troopers. I built the Troopers specifically to beat Geos and to beat early game Revan teams. So in an early game Revan team, often you have one weak character on the Revan team, and as long as the Troopers have something that they can kill, they'll very quickly pop the Savior, and they'll very quickly be able to get another kill, and then you just kill, and then whoever's left over doesn't have enough to kill your whole Trooper team. So the Trooper team is good at killing Revan, especially early game. Now later in the game, when the characters on the Revan team are all, Gear 12 or higher, it's not as easy to get that initial kill to start that train going. But by then you should have at least 3 Relic Troopers if you're using your Troopers like I will. So you'll still be able to beat them. So yeah, Troopers. But your Troopers have to go first. So you have to have Troopers that are fast enough to always go faster than their JKR. And he gets a speed boost off of his leadership. So you got to have fast Troopers. Arva says, what happens if the JKR team goes first, though? You lose. Yeah, so that's exactly why you have to have the Troopers that fast. You really have to go first. And that's why I'm going to end up building Moff Gideon, because in the grand scheme of things, he's the fastest non-galactic legend in the game, and it's not hard to make him the fastest character in your roster. And then you've just always got that in your pocket to say, whenever I want to go faster than somebody, I always have him. And he goes fast, and he puts Demoralize on, so even if they get a turn, they're doing half damage. The character is dumb. Moff Gideon is just... He's a really cool kit. He's a really powerful kit. That Demoralize, minus 50% offense, minus 25% crit chance and crit damage, something like that. It's just bleh. Like the opponent's offense just goes into the dirt. Gideon with Troopers and Piett with Vader. Nope. The Troopers need that Piett. They need that Emperor's Trap to keep giving them turn meter. Vader has so many teams. You just put him with Watan Bor. You don't need Piett. The only time you need Piett with Vader is if you need potency against a team with higher potency. Vader does Merciless Massacre, and then every time he takes a turn, it ramps up his offense, but it also ramps up his potency. And you can wreck things with you get 5 of those buffs, you got 30% more potency. It's huge. It's a huge bonus. Padme beats them. Padme can beat JKR teams as well. Yep. Okay, so I think in here what we're going to do, I think we take the Troopers in against this, And then we save the Geos for the back wall. And we find out what's in the back wall and get that with the Geos. So I think that's the way this needs to work. And I think that's my best trooper team. I got to check 46 likes. Man, we are 4 likes away from being able to use these troopers effectively. So it looks like we have enough people in here. There's got to be 4 of y'all that could do this, right? Pass your like saber through the like button. Get that up to 50. My troopers run best when we got at least 50 likes. All right, looks like we're going to get there. 49.50. Beautiful. Send them in. Okay. We're going to put this on Snowtrooper. Then he's going to go. And then we're going to focus Django and try to get a kill on Django. Got it. All right. Area effect. Now we're going to get a kill on Boba. And also Django. And we're going to take 1 hit on Bosk. Then we're going to take area effect against everybody. 54 banners. They never get a turn. Beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I left a moment of silence in there. YouTube will probably stick an ad right there. The troopers will win, and you'll get an advertisement. All right. Smooth. Smooth. All right, we got Ewoks on this back wall. I feel like the Geos are going to be good against Ewoks. 41,000 here. And this is, what, 33,000? So this could be Jedi, right? If I bring in these Jedi, they're not going to get through my protection up. It's 42,000 for them. What have I got for 38,000 for them? So yeah, I think we use the Jedi here. Run circles around them. We'll use old Ben for the taunt. Nest. Yeah. I got no nest on my little account, though. If I had a nest over here, those Ewoks would be in trouble. They're good anyway. They're good anyway. We're good. All right. I feel like I could almost do this with just Bastila and Yoda, but you can't afford a loss. The thing about 3v3 is if you underman it and it doesn't work out and you take a loss over it, it's just brutal. Absolutely brutal. All right. If he counterattacks us and stuns us, we don't care because Bastila is going to send him across to finish the job. Oh, I love it. Love it. Let's ability block them so I don't have to worry about the newts. Share these buffs with everybody. Let's just put a stun on him for now. That's enough to kill him. Let's hit him in the face. And we'll kill him a second time. We're not paying nothing. We're just going to go over there and hit you. All right, get him. Done. I have learned never to underestimate Newt and Dooku in 3v3. It's true. Newt is like super annoying. He is a really good character. Like his kit is exactly as you say. It's easy to underestimate. Because if he gets a couple of those debuffs spread all around on your team, it slows you down. It gives the opposing team buffs. If you take it off, it gives them bonuses. So even if you pay the toll, it's still not good. All right, so then back here, if we want full banners guaranteed, we just do this. And I think there's no way the Ewoks can steal a banner from us this way, right? I don't think so. We got the Brute. We got the Spy. The Spy is going to kill something in 1 hit. This is probably overkill. I could probably do it with just the Brute Alpha. But we'll go in with this. When are you uploading your next video? The account review, my Loquitur account will go up either Monday or Tuesday. I've also got an account review video that will go up Monday or Tuesday. So whichever one of those videos I finish out first, I guess, is the answer. All right, let's just get the Elder out of here. And then we'll get Paplu out of here as well. Don't take away my protection. Do not steal a banner from me. I do not want your banner stealing. All right, we should be good with this, though, right? What? Banner thief? No, okay, I only had 2 characters in there and 1 unused slot. Caught me for a second. I saw 2, and I was like, what? All right, we're good. 55 banners. 55. That's good. And let's see if he did put that Anakin exactly as predicted. Precisely as we predicted. Now, how bad is this? Oh, he didn't have him. He didn't have him at gear 12 yet, so he's only 7. 7 out of 8 on this skill. That helps a bit. But I don't really have anything to disable that Houndstooth. So I will have to last a long time. This is a way to last a long time, right? Let's see. Can hide behind Slave 1 for a little while. I'm going to go in, I don't know. I'm worried about that Houndstooth. It might take me a while to beat him because I got to get... Basically, I have to keep Spy. I cannot lose Spy. If I lose Spy, I lose this fight. And I do have 1 more capital ship. So if I keep just this garbage... No, I can't make a fleet. I can't make a cleanup fleet. Do or die. It is do or die. Don't use level 1 ships. Well, the Slave 1 is just a speed bump, so if it's not going well, I could bring him in. He'll have taunt. He'll take a couple shots. And if that keeps him off of my Spy for just a couple more turns, that's all we need. All right, let's get this Anakin out of here. Come on, Spy. You can do it. You're big. You're huge. You're strong. Build up your self-confidence. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Got him. All right, now we got to deal with this Houndstooth for days. And he did get the breach onto my Spy. All right, just keep shooting him. See if we can get a stun on him. Nope. But we're doing pretty good damage. It's going through. Doing pretty good damage. All right, now we're going to bring in this Plowmeister. Get back some life and protection and make sure we keep our Spy. All right. Just keep working him, working him, working him. Man, I'm so glad he doesn't have that level 8. Oh, Hyena Bomber. Inconvenient. All right, well, let's get Sunfax set up to tank. Let's see if we can... no, we can't snipe Ahsoka because we got the taunt in the way. So let's just do damage. Get him out of here. Give myself some turn meter. Buzz droids for days. All right, all right. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. 60 banners. What star level was the Houndstooth? 6 stars? 5 stars. 5 stars on Houndstooth, 6 stars on Anakin. So yeah, if the Houndstooth would have been a little bit bigger, we'd have been in trouble. But we managed to work our way through that. I must say, honestly, at Division 10, there's probably a lot of players who can't get through that fleet. So unless you've actually put effort into your ships and you have thought about it and built fleet, you're not going to get through what he put on defense. So I will bet that holds a lot. And I will say right now that if I didn't have this Relic Spy doing the work for me, I also would not have gotten through that fleet. I wouldn't have been able to kill Anakin in one shot. And once I couldn't kill him and Houndstooth gets the taunt up, that would have been game over. So I have enough focus on fleet that I'm able to do it. Okay. Focus on Houndstooth with Geos. You'll burn it down. Yep. Beautiful. I have Night Sisters up to gear 12. They're my first faction I've invested into, and I'm sort of regretting it. Talk to Arva. Go onto our Discord. Talk to Arva. Arva built Night Sisters first, and it's still a regret for him, and he has a lot of nasty things to say about it. So what Arva would tell you is probably park your Night Sisters at gear 12, maybe relic one character at the most if you really want to, but then leave your Night Sisters alone and go do something that's going to help you more in the game. So that's bad news, but at least that's the feedback we've had from Arva. Maul Eliza has a ton of accounts. Yeah, come on. How hard is it, honestly, to click up here and change your name? You know, I don't know if it's still the case. When you start an account, it used to be that every new account was just named Maul Eliza. Is that still the case? I don't know. But come in here and edit your name, people. If you're still got a generic name or something that the game gave you, just click the little pencil, please. Give yourself a unique name. You know, being Maul Eliza doesn't help you. It doesn't mask you. It doesn't make it hard for people to scout your account. Nobody scouts the account by your name anyway. They just look at your ally code and they scout you on your ally code. So change your name. Have a good and useful name. It's much more fun. Even in Division 8, almost no one can get through my Houndstooth. It's true. It's true. The Houndstooth is a great defensive ship early game. Phenomenal. The funny thing is, the fleet that I put on defense for Grand Arena is almost the same as the fleet that he put on defense. Not quite as good, but... Oh, look at that. We can complete another feat. I'll finish out my fleet battles tomorrow. And I don't have these ships to complete that feat, so we're out of luck there. But my defensive fleet is the same ships. Oh, no, it's the Silencer. So I've got the Anakin, Houndstooth, Silencer, and then I bring Ahsoka in as a reinforcement. Having a non-standard name actually won't let you make a Swigo account, and you can't even be scouted. Huh. Okay. Maul Eliza does stop you from being scouted? I hear what you're saying, but I will swear that I have gone onto Swigo GG and found Maul Eliza's just fine. But what I do is I go into my own account in Swigo GG and it comes up in the top. And I just put the number, I put their account number in place of my account number, and it comes up. I could swear it comes up. I might be wrong, but hey. They went in and changed a character or something. Search their guild name. Huh. It's a cool name. Inyak Solomon had to become Solomon Inyak. All right, anyway, I think change your name. That's my opinion. So here's the big news, guys. I was able today, and I videoed this, and it'll be in the account update, but everything worked out just according to plan, perfectly, straight to Relic 7 with this guy. Unfortunately, I still have not been able to get a good enough mod set for mods that I really want to take the 6 dot and slice. So I'm stuck with a bunch of mods that are okay. Look at this one, though. I got a 21 speed mod. That's pretty sweet. But I got a lot of mods that aren't good enough to slice to 6 dots and level up from there. You know, this one's only got 3 speed hits, but at least I don't feel bad because 3 out of the 4 stats would be good if I sliced it. So this could be sliced. But I kind of failed in my quest to find mods that are good enough to slice up to 6 dot. But But yeah, we'll have to keep working on that maybe another week, and then if I don't have it by another week, I'll just go back to farming speed mods, because I've been too long away from farming my speed mods. But that put a ton of galactic power into my account, and where did the galactic power come from? Not the character, come from the ship. Look at this, 65,000 galactic power in this ship now. Boof, monstrous. But that'll be on defense most games, and that'll be a brick wall for my defense. All right, so let's get to more questions. I had a lot of questions from the Discord this time, so want to get back to answering questions. So we had a question on account bloat. So if your account is bloated up, like you've seen a bunch of good characters in the game, you focused on it, and you built a bunch of good teams, not trash, but good teams, and now you've got a bunch of stuff that's kind of in the middle, what do? After watching some of my videos, he's kind of undecided whether the right thing to do is build the characters that he's already got or to go for Galactic Legends. The answer is, depending on what state your account is in, either one can be the right answer. So let's say you're early game and you don't really have very many relics. Maybe you've got one team relic for arena or something like that. The best thing to do for your account to solve the bloat is to find teams where you can build one or two good characters and have a good team, and then relic like just one or two characters, make that team more solid, more useful for you, and then farm your Galactic Legend. So let's say you've got a Padme team with no relics. Relic JKA, Relic Padme, and that's it. If you got a Jedi Knight Revan team, Revan and Bindo, that's it. The rest of it's all optional. If you've got a Darth Revan team, Darth Revan, Bastila Fallen, the rest is optional. So if you're mid-game and you've got some relic teams already and just like 60 characters that are gear 10 to gear 12, well, then the best thing to do is say, no, I'm not going to relic those characters. I've already got a couple good teams. I'm not going to waste more time relicking characters that don't need to be relicked. I'm going to dig in and go straight for the Galactic Legend, because that's going to give me more relic teams along the way. And then I think that's definitely the right choice. So if you're going for the Sith Eternal, you get Anakin anyway. Maybe you want to relic him. You get Troopers. That's a good relic team. You get a Sith team somewhere in there with Vader and Palpatine and Thrawn. That's a good team. You can make another team with Sith out of Darth Maul and the Marauder and the Royal Guard even. So you can make other good teams as you go along toward your Galactic Legend. So in mid-game, definitely do that. If you're end-game, if you've got like a 4 million account and you still don't have a Galactic Legend, drop everything, do nothing else, and go straight for your Galactic Legend. Because it opens up so much more stuff in Conquest, in Galactic Challenges, in the Rancor Raid. I mean, everybody's got to start thinking about that Rancor Raid. You need one team to get in there and contribute to your guild, because pretty soon guilds are basically going to say, if you can't contribute at least 4% somewhere in some phase of this Rancor Raid, we're going to boot you out and get somebody in here who will, because everybody has to contribute something to that Rancor Raid. So we all got to have that in our minds, that if we ever want Relic 8, ever, pretty early in the game, we have to build a team that's going to be able to score something, and potentially two teams if you want to hold your spot in a guild. The higher level guilds are going to kick people out if they can't function with Rancor. Why Relic 7 wheel? Because he has to be Relic 7 in order to meet the requirements for Sith Eternal Emperor. So I know that I want to do that journey on my alt account, and I go into Journey Guide and I look, right? Where is it? Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Jedi Knight Anakin to Relic 7. So I'm going to need him there anyway. May as well blow him straight to Relic 7 and make use of him the whole time, right? So boom, up he goes. This is not fun. Darth Sidious to Relic 7, that is not fun. Every time you click the button, you're like, oh, Oh, so many good materials. So many good materials going to waste. That was painful. Can any GL do 4% on the Rancor? SLKR, but the other three. So having a Galactic Legend is definitely going to help you there. Padme does well. Vader had some pretty good teams, but since the changes where the Rancor scales based on the current team that's fighting him, Vader's dropped off for a lot of people, so he's not quite as good as he once was. But what else we got? Shakti and the clones get 6%. Padme gets 5%. JKR gets 5%. To get 5%, you need to have a really good version of that team. You pretty much have to have relics. Relic 5 is the minimum requirement to get in on the Rancor, but you need Relic 7s pretty much across the board to get those scores. So you can't go in with a Padme team straight Relic 5s and expect to get 5%. Is the DR leader Zeta really that good? Thinking of that for my first Zeta. Well, if you're going to build Darth Revan, then you're going to want all three of his Zetas. Is it the leadership that you build first? I don't know. I'm not as familiar with Darth Revan as I am with some other characters. Maybe chat can tell if that's the right first Zeta to put on. But if you're already unlocking Darth Revan and you've only got one Zeta, what you been doing? Man, you needed to have unlocked that fleet challenge. I mean, you are where you are, right? But by the time you get the Darth Revan unlocked, I would expect that people should have a couple Zetas in the bank. I would hope. Okay, it's about remodding to get those scores, but even around R5, it's possible. I don't think so, because every phase of that Rancor raid hits so hard that getting that Relic 6 and Relic 7 gives you an extra turn. And an extra turn is worth a lot of damage in those raids. I've played with some Relic 5 characters. Some of my troopers are still Relic 5. And they die in like 2 hits. And Relic 7 characters can last 3 hits maybe. So it's a big difference, I think. But yeah, it's something for people to keep in the backs of their minds. And not in your first million galactic power. I mean, don't build a Relic 7 team for Padme in your 1.2 million galactic power. That's not what I'm talking about. But once you get your count stabilized and you've started building towards something, think about getting a team for Rancor. That's going to help you. Right now, it's not a requirement. There's not a lot of guilds that are saying you have to have a Rancor team, but it's going to be that. You got to be able to get Watch Shards. You got to be able to have a team in Rancor to get in our guild. I think that's definitely something that we could expect to see. Heading over to AP Gain stream. Oh, cool, man. Well, hope he's good. Hope you're good. Have fun over there. AP is fun. He's a fun guy. All right, so we talked about fixing bloat. Somebody asked, what teams do I consider fun to play? And they said troopers don't count. But I'm going to give this several different answers. First of all, I have to say I enjoy playing 5v5 more than 3v3. So it's a fun alternate game mode. But man, I would just rather play 5v5s than 3v3s. It's 5v5s, you have a lot more flexibility to underman. 3v3, if you drop a game, it's so hard to come back from. Drop a match and lose a bunch of points and then have to burn a second team. And it goes through your roster really fast. So first of all, my favorite teams to play are 5v5. Let me say that. And then in that context, the first team I'm going to name off is never going to be a 5v5. I love playing Triumvirate. That team has the toolbox loaded with tools. They have dispels, they have buff removal, they have isolate, they have annihilate with Nihilus. Like, I don't know what more tools you could want in your toolbox than what the Triumvirate pack in to 3 characters. It's nuts. That team feels so strong. It never wins fast. It's never perfect banners. But you get in the driver's seat and you just feel like, okay, this match is a foregone conclusion. It's just a matter of hitting the right characters, picking the right targets, and winning. You know, the Triumvirate just, it is such a fun team to play. It feels dominant, right? The other teams that I like to play, I like teams that require timing, where you have to figure out the mod sets and figure out the timing on the characters, and they have to go in order, and because then you feel like you're accomplishing something, right? It's not just I take these good characters, I throw them in, and they're so good they automatically win. It's like I've thought about these teams, I've modded them to win. Everything goes according to some certain plan. And that's why the troopers are so fun, because it's just this guy goes, that guy goes, this guy does his thing. It's predictable. It's like I built them to do this. They're doing it. I love it, right? And for the same reason, I love that 5-man clone bomb team that I play with the Relic 5s and a bunch of garbage troopers. It's so rewarding because you take out 127,000 galactic power with 85,000 galactic power. It feels that feels good. It feels like, okay, I saved myself a team from somewhere else. And again, it's not a high banner team, but being able to punch up and take out a good team with a team that by all rights shouldn't even win, those are the teams that I have the most fun playing. And then just in a generic sense, I will say that I am like a counterculture player. When I first started the game a year and a half ago, Revan was the big thing, both Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan. And that's what was dominating the arenas at that time. So when I see that other people are using that to dominate the arena, the first thing I want to know, what beats that? How do I beat that? And I want to build a team that beats that. On my Darth Loquitur account, I built troopers. I didn't build Revan. I expect other people to build Revan. I know I'm going to face Revan. So my thing is, what can I build that beats Revan? And then I build that. I build the counter team. I build the team that's going to beat the teams that everybody else is going to beat. So on my main account, I went with Padme. I said, okay, Padme team is going to beat the Revan teams, both sides, Darth Revan and Jedi Knight Revan. And I just sunk everything into the Padme team. And then built a bunch of stuff and then built my Galactic Legend. But yeah, I'm much more of a counterculture type of, counter meta type person. So let's say that they keep introducing Bad Batch characters, and the Bad Batch is just a amazingly strong team that everybody's going to wail on. I'm less likely to wail on them. I'm more likely to look for a counter, and then I'll spend more resources building the counter team so that everybody that wails on the Bad Batch, I'll beat that team in Grand Arena with no problem, or in Territory Wars or whatever. So that's a little bit the way that I think. It's contrarian. It's not standard, but yeah, it kind of explains some of the things I make, some of the choices I make. Darth Loquitur on the main account, what Zeta do you wish you could refund back? None of them. Zero regrets. I don't have a single Zeta on here that I regret. You know? And I've Zetaed the Palpatine for the event because I didn't want to drop the badges. And I knew exactly what I was doing going in. I put it on there. It's not a regret. I just wanted to be able to do it without losing my tokens. These characters are all good Zetas. Good Zetas. No regrets. I put the Zeta on Maul very similarly on his leadership because I want to be able to use this weird little stealth and speed trick. No regrets. I did it intentionally and knowingly. Night Sisters, it's just one of those things where I put the Zetas on the Night Sisters and I need to finish them out someday. So would I rather have put those Zetas on something else in the meantime? Probably. But do I regret putting them on here? Nope. We'll get back around to Night Sisters. We'll make a more functional team out of that, and those Zetas won't have gone to waste. So yeah, zero. Absolutely no regrets on Zetas. Everyone I have, I don't regret. All right. If you knew what troopers were like back before, if only you knew what troopers were like before Stark and Piett. I probably wouldn't have built them. Piett's a supercharger, man. Veers is the engine, and Piett just supercharged it. It made that team viable. And then Gideon coming in over the top just gives them a whole range of teams that they can beat. What teams reduce turn meter since that is his Zeta? Sasha says, okay, hang on. Let's go back to the original question here, if I can find it. Oh, he was the one that asked about the Zeta challenge, or the Zetas on the troopers. Yeah, the one on Stark is actually the one that removes the turn meter. Yep. Okay. What other questions do we have? Did we answer that question fully? What teams are fun to play? I think we're done with that question. Somebody had asked about Ewoks, and they said, you know, the ideal Ewok team is, you know, people have said this is what works, this is what beats it. Logray is really good because of this daze stuff that he does, and so you want him on your C-3PO unlock team. And we got a couple questions over in Discord, which I answered, and then there's a follow-up question that says, look, if I don't do Logray, if I do Tebow instead, you know, if I want to use this team in Grand Arena, how do I make it useful? Okay, here's the answer. You don't. Stop. Just stop it. Quit thinking about it. The Ewoks are the price that you pay for C-3PO. You have to put galactic power into these guys. I have not. You can see this is my main account. I've not even unlocked C-3PO because this is a bunch of garbage that I have to invest in, and I will do it at some point. But, you know, I'm just waiting to see how many free shards I can get for these guys, and then I'll finish out Chirpa and Wicket, and these guys have their stars, so I'll just make this team into the team that unlocks C-3PO, and after that, they're a backwall defensive team for Arena. They get Endor escalation event like once a month, and they're a trash team to throw into Grand Arena somewhere for people to beat up with Nest or OG Kylo or something like that. So don't try to make your Ewoks good. It's there's an old saying, never try to teach a pig to sing. It wastes your time and annoys the pig. Ewoks same way. Maybe they'll get changes someday. Don't try to make your Ewoks good. It wastes your time and annoys the Ewoks. All right. Answer that question. How many relics before you make a galactic legend? So somebody's following my Loquitur account, or they're working on their own account, and they just said, look, I noticed that you're building characters, you're relicking things that aren't part of your galactic legend journey. So how many of these characters should I relic before I say, okay, I'm just going for the galactic legend and I'm only going to pick characters to relic out of the galactic legend? And the answer to that is none. I mean, if you want to go straight for a galactic legend, just relic the galactic legend characters. And like I said, there's a way for each journey to do that. If you do Kylo Ren, Sith Trooper, Old School Kylo as your first 3 relics on a SLKR farm, then you can make up to 3 teams out of that. If you do Sith Eternal Emperor and you just start relicking your troopers, it's a team. Relic your Vader, relic your Palpatine, it's a team. So you don't have to relic anybody. You can go straight into it. Now, we talked about in the last stream, and anybody who didn't see it can go back and look, a little bit of an explanation about how I view Grand Arena. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to relic characters. This relic makes my troopers good before I get any other relics. This is required for my Sith Eternal Emperor and also makes the Padme team good. This relic was 95% because I wanted his ship to hit like a Mack truck in fleet, and it doesn't hurt that it makes the Geo team itself better, but this is a fleet choice because I get him to relic, I get 6 dot mods, I get his ship just turned into a rocket ship for damage. So I'm relicking those characters to specifically make teams good for Grand Arena. And the person who asked, their point was, look, you've already delayed your Galactic Legend by 3 weeks here, 3 weeks here, and if you relic your Padme, it's going to be another 3 weeks here. That's 9 more weeks before you get your Galactic Legend. And my answer to that is fine. I don't mind. So there's two ways to look at it. One is I'm delaying my Galactic Legend. The other is I'm building teams that are going to help me in Conquest. They're going to help me in Galactic Challenges. They're going to get me the loot that I need to relic the other characters and keep up with that 3-week relic schedule. If I don't have access to those, if I can't complete events, if I can't do assault battles, the amount of resources that I lose out on is high. And a lot of times, SLKR and Ray especially, you don't really get teams that are that great for completing the events right away. So that's it. I mean, if you need a couple relics to help you with the events outside of the game, do it. Just make sure that you don't go for like a full relic Padme team, etc. Last thing, there is one relic in this game that I think every single player should have. Every player. And it's not because it's good, or it's not because Grand Arena, or it's not because anything. It's because if you want to be in a good guild, you have a responsibility to help that guild, and you need to relic this Geo Brood Alpha and have a functional Geo team for your Geo Dark Side territory battles, for putting on defense. When you get in a guild that has all people with a decent Geo team, and imagine that you're in a pretty low-level guild and you're doing a territory war, and you can fill the first 2 zones with nothing but Geos. You just put in, 18 in the top zone, 18 in the bottom zone, and the opponent's looking at 36 Geo teams with a Relic Brood Alpha. They may never get past your first zone, right? So if you're in like a mid-range guild, let's say 150 million galactic power that's doing light side, Hoth, and dark side GOTB, you have a responsibility to build this team and help your guild. Again, it's my opinion. It's not a matter of right and wrong. It's not the most efficient thing to do in your account, but I will build all of my Geos to Gear 12, and I will relic this Brood Alpha simply because I feel like I owe it to my guild to have that team available for defense, for offense, for stuff. Okay? So that said, if you rush a Galactic Legend, I still think it's your responsibility to build your Geos, even if you rush your Galactic Legend. Don't be selfish. Get them in there, help your guild, and build your Galactic Legend from there. So I guess technically the answer is 0 to 3 seems like a good amount of relics to build before your GL. But my opinion, it's always going to be 1. And it's going to be this guy, no matter what. Okay. Something like passively farming for Malak and going for a GL second is a good path. So it's so hard to say, right? There's not really a right or wrong answer in this game. Just about anything that you do, if you pick a good team and you build a good team, it's not wrong. There's 100 ways that you can have fun and not be wrong. It's just some paths are more efficient than others. And we're having a lot of discussions on that with the Dark Council right now, because what's the right thing to do? Do you kind of go this route of like, so maybe you go Geos and Phoenix early just to make your early game super simple. And then from Phoenix, you work your way into a Jedi and Geo team, and then you just go straight for Revans and stabilize your account. And then you go for a Galactic Legend. Like that's a nice little path. You can pivot a couple times and end up in a really nice spot. Versus just, build your Phoenix team and go straight for C. It's a selfish path, but it gets you C, and then it unlocks a lot of the game for you. So what really is the most efficient thing to do? So right now, where we've gotten that discussion is, look, if you don't build some stuff first to do the events, to do Conquest, to do the Galactic Challenges, it's going to make it so much harder to get that Galactic Legend that even if you stabilize your account first before you go for your Galactic Legend, you may take an extra 2 months to get it. But in the meantime, you've created 2 really good teams in the background, and also you've got the capability of generating the extra gear, the slicing materials for 6-dot mods, the things that you can't get access to if you just straight rush a Galactic Legend like that. So it's an interesting conversation, and I think when we get the answer, we'll certainly make a video out of it and share it with everybody. But fun conversations. All right. How about, let's see. Last question I had here was about, I'd said in one of the videos that I was probably going to do a 5-star malevolence, or a 5-star negotiator and a 5-star malevolence before I finished either one out to 7 stars. And why would I do that? Is it just for Grand Arena? Absolutely, it's just for Grand Arena. So the way to do this, what I'm going to do on my Loquitur account is very simple. I'm going to go negotiator first because I think the Geo fleet is already good. So I could build a malevolence fleet first and make use of the Geos that I have, but I think it's already a good fleet. There's nothing wrong with this fleet, right? It's a good fleet. So I can put that under Tarkin, and then once I build the negotiator, I'll have this Anakin ship. I plan to invest more in Ahsoka. I'll have her ship. I'll have the Hound's Tooth as my starting 3. I'll have Plo as a reinforcement. I'll have this Clone Sergeant ship as a reinforcement. You know, I may not build that Clone Sergeant up to a huge level, but so I'll right away have good ships for the negotiator, and I'll build that fleet. And then I won't build anything, right? I'm just going to sit on it. So once I have the negotiator unlocked at 5 stars, then I just let this currency build and build and build. And at some point, when I have so much currency up here that I could build a malevolence or get close to 7 stars on negotiator, because you need 145 to start, but then you need, 185 or something like that to finish. So then I will decide if my fleet shard has gotten so difficult that I can't place top 10, I'll be forced to finish out the negotiator first. If I'm still doing well in fleet arena placement at that point with a 5-star negotiator, I'll come over here and build the malevolence, and then probably even pass up the negotiator with how good my malevolence is and 7-star that first, because it's a better offensive fleet, and I can park negotiator on defense and use malevolence on offense. So it's both for fleet arena as well as for grand arena. But I don't know. I don't know exactly what the right thing is going to be, and it's going to depend a lot on how hard people are trying in my fleet shard. And if everybody gets ahead of me in fleet shard, then I'll be forced to invest more in the negotiator just to win fleet. Darth Vader says a well-rounded account makes a world of difference. That's the outlook, right? The outlook is not go straight for a galactic legend. So the answer is you can. But, you know, I think the prevailing opinion from the Dark Council on my Discord server is more around stabilize your account, build the good teams, get your income from these events, from galactic challenges, get that established with good teams, and then build your galactic legend. Not first, but, you know, maybe third. And I think the opening route that I like the best right now is Phoenix. And not because Phoenix are good. People know I hate Phoenix. But if you're ever going to build them, they're only good in the early game. And they do make the early game easy. I've given people advice. They've taken it and they've said, look, Galactic War is just hard. Galactic War is a lot less hard with Phoenix. So my thought is, if you really want it to be easy and smooth, Phoenix, Geos, Jedi, into a Padme team, and then build whatever you want from there. Whether it's Revans or, you know, whatever. Similarly, you could do the Phoenix into Geos into Jedi and then go Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan and Malak. And that's probably even a stronger start than the Padme. It takes you a little longer and a little further into the game. But those routes are efficient. They're good. They get you a lot of good stuff. If you want to build Sith Eternal or something like that, you can build anything you want from there. You've got the platform to stand on. You've got teams for Grand Arena, and you just go up from there. But then what does it look like if you do something different than that? What if you build an Empire team first? What if you go for like a Bastille of Fallen and Vader? So there's a lot of different options, and like I said, there's not a lot of them that are wrong. But trying to find the one most efficient route that's easy for new players is not easy for experienced players. Nabokov said it was worth having a bad account to have Supreme Leader Kylo and then work on fixing of the balance of the account now. That's exactly what happened with me with Allura. Exactly what happened to me. I built a bad account first, and then I said, okay, we just got to stop this. We got to stop building stuff that's in the middle. Build our SLKR. Build up like the Triumvirate, get that going. Build up the Sith Eternal. Build up that Rey. And then once we've got the top end of the account stabilized, we can go back and work more on the middle. Finish out that Revan, finish out the Malak, get that stuff going too. And then I'll get gas like 2 years from now. Or by then they'll have a new galactic legend for me to go for, and gas may never materialize. Okay. Vader says, I hate Phoenix as much as I hate Rey. That's saying something, because Vader is like the number one anti-Rey person in the entire world. Like, Rey can do no right. All right, let's take a look at this Grand Arena over here on my main account. So the last one was a win. We played pretty hard defense, and we got a hold on our SLKR, and we also got a hold on the Rebel fleet. So that was fun. And then we got the full clear. That's on the prior stream. Y'all can see that if you want to. So then in this third round, we got a new opponent. Get it? It's a dad joke. A new opponent. All right. Area 501st. Hey, Loquitur. Glad I could make it. Good to see you over here, man. I was looking at some stuff over on your channel the other day. All right. So my opponent, 5.6. Once again, million galactic power difference between us. And, our top ends of our account are the same, but this guy just has so much more depth and characters than I do. So that's what I keep fighting, but I keep winning, so can't complain. All right, if we look over here on fleets, tons of fleet stuff. If we just go look at the capital ships first, we can expect a Negotiator, a Malevolence fully built out. We've got a Raddus with, pretty far along with the capital ship. And then we've got fleet for days. Like, this guy can, put 2 fleets on defense and 2 fleets on offense and still have 3 cleanup fleets. So we got a lot of fleet over here, and a lot of good fleet too. So his resistance fleet is built up. His negotiator fleet is built up. His malevolence is all good to go. He does have a little substandard hound's tooth though, so that's a small chink in the armor. But we can expect a pretty good fleet battle. Over on characters, we've got Rey, we've got Skywalker, we've got Jedi Training Rey, Revans, Vader, Malak, CLS. So again, one of these accounts where it's just check mark on best characters in the game. But when I see accounts like this, I always think to myself, if you spent that much time on Skywalker, that could have been a second GL. And this account looks so much more threatening if this is a galactic legend. Just my thoughts. So we've got acres of stuff here, Wampa, tons of good guys, clones, Night Sisters with at least one relic Night Sister. Just relics down here for days. Gear 12s for days. So this is where this guy has me, like, in the middle here with all of these characters. And look at the amount of ZETAs. Like, he has more than double the amount of ZETAs on his account. Like, every character has a ZETA. It's crazy. It's nuts how many ZETAs this guy has. So when I see these accounts, I always think, this guy's free to play, cheap to play, whatever, and has been around for a really long time and just has tons of good stuff and tons of ZETAs. Looks like he almost has JML. I didn't see JKL yet, but he's got to be close, right? He's got to be close. Let's look at Jedi here real quick. Oh, he does have JKL. Yikes. Missing tooth. He's got one tooth knocked out. If my opponent happens to watch this video, man, fix your mods. You don't want a broken tooth on your Jedi Knight Anakin. All right, but he's not relicked, thank goodness. At least we don't have that to deal with. But yeah, that's got to put him close to his Jedi Master Luke as well. So we expect to face the Rey on defense. So we're going to do the same kinds of things that we always do. We're becoming way too predictable. But it's what it is. It's the best defensive setup that I have. So we put in our SLKR and a couple good banner stealing teams here to make him fight. And then on this front wall, I added in the Mon Mothma team, the off First Order team, a bunch of teams with decent relics in it. And again, these are teams he's going to beat, okay? None of these teams are going to hold. This team might hold if he underestimates them or brings in a character that relies on debuffs, because this team is all about tenacity. So Mon Mothma's the only team over there that has a chance, but I'm just trying to bleed him out of good teams. I'm just trying to bleed his teams. He's got to bring in stuff that's good enough to beat relic characters. So bleed, 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 bleed. If he saves the Rey for offense and manages to get to the back wall, then he's still got relic characters to deal with. So I just went thick on defense and said, look, if you take your Rey on offense and beat my SLKR, fine. I'm not going to make it easy for you. So the actual defenses that he placed, we've got a Palpatine team here with Malak and Bastila. This is a frightening team. Not exactly sure what to play against this. I think I may try to Vader it, but I don't know. This is tough. Then we got two Resistance teams back to back with Relics, Relic 5, Relic 7, and ZETAs all over the place. I can trooper this team. I feel like I can do okay with the troopers here. Get an early kill on him. Work on Jedi Training Rey or Jedi Knight. Jedi Training Rey. But then I got this team to deal with. It's also that's no joke, right? And then I got the Night Sisters down here with the zombie Daka. Probably go with bounty hunters on that. But the Asajj makes it hard for bounty hunters. Then over here, we got more relics for days. We've got the Biggs, Wedge, and Lando. We've got Rolo and her team over here with a Han that resurrects. And then we've got a Mon Mothma team here bringing up the last few. And this team is explosive. The Wedge lead is a ton of extra damage. He does AoE. He's going to get extra speed from his passive. So this team is faster than it looks, and it hits hard. So we're going to have to think about what we bring in on this team. I may even have to end up, throwing something good over here like Padme. I don't know. I don't see anywhere that I have to use my nest for sure yet. So this team, is there a stun on this team? I don't think there's a stun over here, right? A stun or a daze. So let's see. High damage variance. So what do we got over here for more damage to Empire? Defense down. And then Biggs. This is just an assist, right? Which we don't care about. And yeah, so there's no stuns over here. I don't think there's anything for us to worry about. We could probably nest this team, right? Lando isn't scary. Okay. Lando isn't scary, but the thing is just with this lead, it's extra offense and turn meter. And then with this, Biggs and Wedge both get like 9 speed for each ally, so they'll get 27 extra speed. They're not that fast, though. Maybe nest is overkill on this, but I feel like I could nest this. Maybe I could nest this as well. Where do you guys see me using nest? If chat's willing to commit to something, where do you guys think I should end up using the nest? Use nest on Mon Mothma? Nah, Mon Mothma's like weak sauce. She's got nothing with her. She's got Baze and Chirrut, but they're low-level stuff. I mean, this team doesn't even feel like a threat. I mean, we got to get through Baze, and we've got to resurrect and all that stuff, but just about any decent team should be able to beat that. Use Nest on Mon Mothma. Huh. Y'all think I need to use her over there, huh? Use it on ROLO. Is there any stuns on the ROLO team? Rebel Barrage. This does a bunch of damage that don't really matter that much, right? It can't be countered, but okay, fine. So Nest won't counterattack. Extra turn meter. They can attack all they want as long as they don't have huge damage. I'm fine. Search and rescue. That's the resurrect. Disabling shot. Daze for 2 turns. Okay, so he gets dazed, but what's his potency? Nothing. So we could probably nest that. Don't solo ROLO. Her snow speeders hit like a truck. No stuns. I solo teams with ROLO in 3v3. Okay. So we don't want to underestimate the ROLO, huh? All right. So bring something good against ROLO. Do we need a Revan? Or a CLS? Does my little CLS team beat ROLO? With my teeny tiny Luke? $70,000 galactic power. Han Solo should be able to almost kill Han Solo right off the bat. No. No, no, no. All kinds of no's. You don't need something that good against ROLO that will win, but it's overkill. Well, what do you guys see working? Because I don't have a lot of mid-range teams. I got a lot of good teams. That's what I've got. I mean, I've got bounty hunters. They're good. I've got troopers. They're good. And I've got leftover first order to use somewhere. I've got like a little first order team I can use. I got Triumvirate. I got a lot of good teams. I got Vader. I got this. I mean, I could bring in. I feel like I went past stuff. I could, bring in this and just try to, complete feats. Bounty hunters against ROLO, or use my Mothma's on defense this time though. Bastila, leftover first order or bounty hunters. Okay. So this feels like overkill too, but we could do that. Oh man, I clicked the wrong thing. All right, so let's go in against ROLO. Let's take that first order team. All right, we'll do that, and we'll try to complete the feats. Could solo it with OG Kylo? I don't know about that. I don't think OG Kylo can solo a bunch of Relic 5 characters. All right, let's go in there and get this one out of the way. This is what we feel like was working. Okay, so let's go after him first. I feel like that's a pretty good choice. And I'm just going to do the area effect and try to kill him. Oh, that didn't do as much as I was hoping it would do. All right, so let's get that on him. No crit, no assist. Okay, let's stun him. Now we're dazed. Let's see if we can get that off of him. Okay, let's clear the debuffs. Let's see if this is enough. Get him. Got him. All right, let's go over here and smack her in the face. All right, let's get taunt back up. All right, here we go. Bam. 53 banners. Nest could have done it if you stunned ROLO right off the bat. I don't know. I'm comfortable with what we did there. And that should complete my quest for that silly First Order trooper thing, right? So we can go out and close out that feat. And then as soon as we get that red trooper, this was never an option or discussion. As soon as we get that. Come on, where's that trooper? Where's that? Boom. Done. Changed. Gotta have it. All right. Sorry for that detour, y'all. Sorry to bore you to death with it, but we got the Sith Trooper icon for our face. All right, this with a nest. I don't think we need Kira. I think we're good. Nabokov, I'm very happy with that new pick. Oh man. All right, let's just get rid of this wedge first. Counterattack. Counterattack. This is a fun little interaction. Every time he gets crit, he gets full turn meter. So we should be able to kill Biggs before anybody... Oh, we didn't get him. We didn't get a crit, I guess. All right, Nest. You can do it. You can do it. You got what it takes. You got this. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Easy. Watering Whiz, good night. 3:30 in France. Woo! All right, well, you can catch the rest later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thanks for the use of your lightsaber. All right, so now we got this Mon Mothma team. Maybe we do that. The Mon Mothma team doesn't have anything really good against this, right? They're just going to be tickling me with damage. Do I have enough damage to beat all of their heal over times? I must. Right? I'll wait to see what the chat says, but I feel like this is good against Mon Mothma. What do you think? Chirrut has tenacity? That's all right. I don't care what they got, right? I mean, I'm just going to be coming over there and doing all kinds of damage over and over again. Yes. Yes, yes. Chat says yes. All right, in we go. In we go with a super underdog here. All right. Swing. Swing. Just keep going. All right, now I think let's do this. Get a stun on him. Gets me back protection. Make sure I'm good. All right. All right, let's get back in there. A couple more swings and we should get Chirrut down. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Here we go. Chirrut, death number 1. Bring him back to life. All right. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. They are getting a little more a little more healing than I expected. All right, let's try something else here. Let's see how basic works. No, I'm not going to get it because of the tenacity up. Never mind. That's not going to work. All right, maybe they got more. I thought it would be easier to kill these guys on the area effect than it is. So this is maybe my bad. Maybe overestimating the power of my old school Kylo here. Let's just keep doing the area effect and have faith that we're going to get through this. All right, come on. You can do it. All right, let's just keep doing the area effect. We'll just keep spamming the area effect and killing Chirrut. What we got to do is we got to kill him like twice in a row. Use up the resurrect. And then we got to get him dead again right away before he gets his healing over time built up too much. Come on, come on, come on. You can do it. You can do it, Kylo. You can do it. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes on the clock. I'm clicking away. You guys can probably hear me clicking like mad. Does Mon Mothma keep reviving? It's on a pretty long cooldown. It's like 5-turn cooldown or something like that. So as long as I can keep killing him when he pops back up, then we should... it's too fast. It's too fast. We're not going to have enough damage. Try it the other way around. We'll try to just kill single target and see if that works. Let's try killing single target. If we can get him down, and then if we can get Chirrut down before she can resurrect him, that's the ticket. Just had to change up our tactics a little bit. All right. All right, all right, all right. All right, came out with the win. Definitely had me worried there for a second. Let's see how bad this back wall is. No Rey. So, first things first, no Rey. We're pretty happy with that. The Zeta is clutch. Yep. I mean, I didn't need the Zeta because of the protection up anyway. But yeah, okay. It worked better single target. So we just had to try the wrong thing for 3 minutes. Oh, nice. I didn't know Kylo could solo people. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that character is crazy good. Crazy good. All right, that gives us some flexibility because we've only got one team back here that's even a threat, really, right? We've got Geos that we have to pay attention to. We've got this team. So, Jedi Luke back here. Look at this. He's hiding on a team back here like he's nobody. He's going to come out of there and rip my head off. Glad he's missing a tooth. So this team we got to pay attention to. There's a couple of Gear 12s, though, so it's not too scary, right? We can Vader this, if nothing else, if we still have Vader. All right, so we've got a few teams that we got to figure out, right? We got Triumvirate, and we've got Bounty Hunters, and we've got Troopers. I think we might need to do Triumvirate right here, because they can make the debuffs irrelevant, right? And then I can annihilate Malak. What do we think about Triumvirate here on this Malak team? And then we can use the CLS team too. What does the CLS team kill? Is it good enough to take out the Night Sisters, I wonder? I don't know. I feel like I have to Triumvirate this. Or Bounty Hunter it. But if I Bounty Hunter it, then Bastila is going to go crazy. See, with the Triumvirate, we can get rid of our debuffs at the start of the turn with Traya. So we've got her passive down here that just says, at the start of each Sith ally's turn, Traya dispels all the buffs on them and does a bunch of damage, but, you know, clear off a bunch of debuffs, you lose some health, but it's not that big of a deal. That even clears off fear and stuff, right? So I think we're good. The life drain scares me. Well, as long as we can get some protection back on Scion and not have him low on life, the drain life, and I don't think we'll trigger a whole lot of extra drain life instances, because we're not going to get characters low on life very quickly, and we'll be able to annihilate the Malak. I feel like Triumvirate's my best bet, so I'm going to try that. I'm going to go in here and get him. All right, and then we can just isolate Malak. That seems good, right? We just isolate Malak. Feels right. And then let's get this off of Bastila so she doesn't get any extra damage. And then let's get some debuffs on her so that when I do my life drain, I can life drain everybody. And then we'll put pain on people. Seems good so far. We're doing okay. Doing okay. We got to get the cooldowns on... Oh, now we got fear on Nihilus. Stun on Nihilus. Bunch of stuff on Nihilus. Oh, it doesn't clear the fear at the start of the turn in a way that gives you your turn back, though. So that's kind of disappointing. All right, let's get this Bastila fallen out of here if we can. Oh, there we go. Protection back. Get that. Let's keep killing fallen. Man, my cooldowns just aren't coming back on Nihilus, though. Got to get the Held by Hatred up soon. Soon. We need Held by Hatred very soon. Alright, this should get me on cooldown. Oh, okay, Held by Hatred. There we go. Now we're back in good shape. Feeling pretty good about ourselves again. Take this over here. Annihilation. Again, it's not a fast team. It's not full banners, but it's just control for days. It's, you know, all of the damage they did, all of the debuffs they put out. It's just, we just work through it. Crazy. Love that team. Okay. Look trivial from here. Nice. Yeah. All right, and then this, I think, is Troopers. I think that's a pretty solid Trooper team. So we do this. We kick out Stark. We bring in Gideon. And we just say, go, 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 boys. All right, and then we're going to target this Trooper. We're going to take away their turn meter. And they've got demoralized, so their damage is already in the dirt. Then we're going to carve armor on BB-8, just because I don't want to have to work on him for days. All right, let's put the stuff up on him. Now we're going to get tons of turn meter because of all the extra attacks that we get, which is good. And then we work on BB-8. We need 2 more turns. Are we going to get 2 more turns? Oh, they're going to get to go. Dang it. They get to go. All right, get the dodge off. Let's put dazes on everybody. All right, now finish out this BB-8. BB-8 is refusing to die. He's like the robot that won't quit. All right, now we can... Oh, I forgot she had that dodge up. Dang it. All right, mass assist again. Get everybody to go. Take away her turn meter. And we can all go and finish it off. All right. Darth Vader says, guess who's getting a 7-star malevolence this territory battle? Arva, Nabokov. I'm definitely not going to guess Vader. Like, he foreshadowed the question so much that I'm not going to guess him because it's a trick question, I'm pretty sure. All right, let's see. This, I feel like we need to bounty hunter this. So that leaves us... Is Revan good here? Padme. I feel like this could be a Padme, right? Is there something I'm missing that where this kills Padme, or are we good with this Padme team against the Brotherhood of the Traveling Jacket? Who barely has a fleet at all? Pink Flamingo. This guy. It wasn't a trick question after all. All right, so does this Padme team take out this Resistance team? I think. Oh, I put Han. Yikes. Yikes. All right. You know, I think I even said it before in a video. Always pick your squads off of the pre-made squad. Good Lord. Oh, if I'd hit the button quickly there, that would have been embarrassing. All right, let's see what we got here. Wow. Okay. There's that. The question is, do I back out or do I continue on? Do I continue on? I don't think they'll kill both characters right now, right? Back out. Kill Hero Finn first. I've only taken one swing and it was area effect. Should have kept Han in. Yeah. I didn't think they'd be able to kill Padme that fast. I hate giving up on this team without even... You know, they've used some of their best abilities already. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I should have brought the troopers in here. Moff Gideon. All right. Turn on AP mode. Is there an AP mode on... Is there... I don't know how to do AP mode on BlueStacks. I always do that on my phone. Why didn't Kenobi taunt? I don't know. Man, he just... They wrecked my Padme. It's in one of the menus. Game controls, screenshot, record. Settings, sync operations, change skin, speed up. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You can hover on a mouse across and close the app if it gets too close. So I've got potentially just one attack left. All right, I think I'm going to try to finish it. Let's get that off and see what that does. Nothing good. Nothing good, and now they got Anakin stunned. So he won't get his next turn. So... yeah. I think at this point we just got to back out. I'll have to deal with all those skills again potentially on the next rerun of that. So then do we do this? Does this beat that? Let's go check speeds real quick and see what kind of speed we have to deal with here. 219 on Finn. 293 over here. and 278. So they're fast, but they're not crushingly fast. Use CLS. The stun control is essential. CLS for Han's stun. Yeah, I hate it that my CLS is terrible and has no ZETAs. So I always feel like I'm going into the match with my clothes off. All right, we can try it. We can try it, see if we can make that work. And then who are we going to stun? Just to make sure, we're going to stun Resistance Hero Finn. Okay, Griff says stun Hero Finn first. Okay. All right. Use Wedge then. My Wedge is even worse than CLS. Does give me more offense though, right? This is 15% offense. He gives a little more. But that gives me a counter chance too, so every time they attack me, I get to counter. Use Wedge then for guaranteed turn meter on crit. Well, let's take a look at Wedge. Let's not underestimate him. Let's see what we got here. I don't know what I got on my Wedge. Yeah, he's only level 5 on leadership. Recover 15% of max health and 10% on a critical hit. And 25%, so 22% offense. So, I mean, technically his leadership is a little bit better here, but he's going to get one shot by everything. And I would rather have a character that could at least soak, you know, a hit or maybe 2 hits. Lando. All right, I think I'm going to use the CLS lead for the counterattacks because the counterattacks might make the difference. All right, let's get in here. All right, and we need to stun Resistance Hero Finn first. All right, so Luke took a hit, and then we want to do this, right? We want to call to action to get rid of the debuff, call and assist. Okay, and then we'll do this and take away... Does that take away turn meter? Okay, let's get a stun. No stun. All right. Get a stun that way. All right, Luke's dead, but we didn't have too high of expectations for him anyway. Stun. Stun. Ugly. Ugly, but done. CLS is better because he won't get 2-shot. I think he exactly got 2-shot. I think he got hit once and then killed with the second hit. But it's all good. He did his job. We finished it out. All right, so what against these Night Sisters? Revan? Do we want to Revan the Night Sisters? That's good, right? Because Revan can get rid of the plague. All right. What are we thinking? We got to kill Night Sisters like 4 times. First Order. I don't have any First Order. My First Order are gone. They're all gone. I've got Bounty Hunters, Vader, Clone Team, and then Leftovers. That's where I'm at. We're running out of teams fast. Plague is a locked debuff. Plague gets healed when you're at full life. So with Jedi Knight Revan, you can heal up, and once you heal up with his area effect, the plagues all go away. What about Sith? Sith are fine, but you do have to kill these Night Sisters a bunch of times. Bounty Hunters are good to stop a revive. They are, but they struggle to deal with the... I could probably deal with the plagues with them okay as well. It'll take a little longer to get the contract, but Grief can heal up, right? His sweeten the deal. 25% health and protection doubled if they have a payout. So we could do this, and we could We could, and the zombie is the weakest, right? So this isn't so bad because we could just assist in on the zombie and still be making our payout. I can't use Aura Sing because if I use Aura Sing, then I would have to use Aura, Mando, and Grief. And without the Bosk, this gets dicey. This gets real dicey. Would I rather have the net for the stun and the assists or Aura Sing for a faster contract? I don't know that her contract is going to be faster though anyway, because you have to take buffed allies have to do something. And he's 10 hits on the weakest character, right? Weakest enemy 10 times. So it's literally Aura Sing would only get me the contract like one action faster. So I think this is it. I think this is what I want to do. Aura will be vulnerable to the plague. Yeah, I really want his contract is going to be better in this than her contract would be. Okay, let's get on in there and see what this can do. Now she's going to remove all my buffs, right? So we don't really want to do taunt first in this particular setup. So let's do this and get a bunch of attacks in on the weakest character. Let's call assists from everybody. Okay, now that we got that out of the way from her, I don't want to do a special yet. Let's call him again. Contract's already done. Let's go over here to Asajj and put a stun on her. And Daka forever. Okay. Asajj. She's just not landing plagues, so I mean we're good, right? This is a nothing kind of thing at this point. Okay, we'll taunt again. Just to get that going. Mass assist, get the zombie out of here. Reveal the Asajj. Get some attacks on her. Get more attacks on her. Alright, next time she dies, she's dead. I think zombie still inflicts plague with its special ability, right? Or is that only under Talzin lead? Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought she still got it. Alright, Asajj. If you won't die normally, you can die that way. There won't be any plague? Okay. Well, hey, for anybody who has to face some other Talzin version of the team, this is good. It would work. Comfortable. Comfortable. We've still got Vader for that back wall. We still got good tools. 2 fleets that aren't too bad. This is First Order shuttle in with Imperial fleet. Interesting. And then we got Rebels without a Millennium Falcon. And this guy you would usually use as a reinforcement, right? Okay. Interesting. I feel like there's something sneaky over there that I don't understand. Alright, so then this Luke team, I think, is the next thing that I have to worry about. This team could be naughty too. Where can I use my clones? I feel like I need to burn through something with my clones. Maybe this team is a good team to hit up with the clones. Because we can dispel some debuffs and get back to Droideka. Was that a Jedi team that I have remaining? Okay, I've still got some bounty hunters. We've still got some Imperial stuff in here somewhere. Where's the clone team? There it is. We still do have those Gear 12 Jedi, too. Alright, we'll take this in. See if we can clean up this droideka. Spicy. Alright. I almost feel like we just want to kill Newt straight up. But, let's think about this. I think we just want to get Newt out of here right away. He'll get his free turn. But we kind of don't care. Alright, let's get rid of the taunt. Now we got to pay the toll. Get rid of the taunt. He just keeps getting it back. Not much we can do about this. And then Droideka's going to go crazy. Droideka's going to go crazy on us. He didn't get a kill. Droideka did not get a kill. Okay. Alright. Let's see if we can get that off of him. Ever. That should do it though, right? Let's get the buffs off of him. I gotta pay it. I hate paying it. I don't want to pay it. Alright, get the buffs up. We're going 1,000 miles an hour now. Okay. Let's get that off of him. Get him out of here. Dodged! Ugh. Dodged. Dodge for the win. Pay the toll. Dodged again. Look at this guy dodging. That is the dodgiest droideka I've seen in a while. Dodgy, dodgy droideka. Alright, we're not paying the toll now. Newt, you can just die, Newt. Hacks. Alright, let's see. The Luke team looks easy. Cup for sure on the Jedi Knight Luke battle. Don't do bounty hunters, they won't survive. Troopers get the job done. I think Droideka has 25% evasion with the Zeta. Huh. He dodged a lot. He got more than his fair share of dodges. Alright, so over here on this team, he's going to slow us down. So as soon as he gets to take a turn, and I'm going to assume that Bastila is... No, I guess I was going to assume Bastila was reasonably fast, but he's going to slow us down, and his speed is 170. So once I get into this battle, I pretty much got to kill everything quickly. So do we just want to Vader this? Vader, him, Watt, and just annihilate that team. I feel like that's what we got to do. Speed reduction is lead only. Oh, he has what? What you talking about? So you're saying he has to be in the leader slot for the speed to work? Okay. All right. I thought that was his passive. Still, there ain't no party like an overkill party. I think Vader wants to kill Luke. I think it's a thing that needs to be done. And I think with Bastila lead and the extra protection, this should carve through that team like it's funny. Okay, put that on there. Let's kick him. Merciless Massacre. See how many debuffs get resisted here. Some, Not horrible, though. All right. Tap her. Tap him. And then call him out. See if we can get an ability block on her. Let's put this over on him. All right. Smack. Go, Vader, go. All right, let's get ability block on Jolie so he can't resurrect anybody. What? All right, almost got our fracture back up for Jolie. Yeah. All right. We're good now, right? Not much of a chance of him doing anything. All right, get over there. Let's debuff. Swing. Threat neutralized. Nothing gonna kill Jedi like a Vader. Gotta respect that. All right, now we've got the Geos here. And I feel like Geos don't really deserve this, but I'm going to give it to them anyway. Let's get in there. He's going to kill Luke with the dad jokes. Beautiful. Let's get this Brute Alpha. Thump him with Yoda. Spread around some buffs. They're going in on Jolie. I feel like there's more damage in this team, but man, look at, they're hitting this Brute Alpha like they're wielding a wet noodle. Did somebody swap out my lightsabers for pool noodles? What happened here? This is just silly. All right, I'll just do damage. Let's see, who needs to go? Let's swap over to Yoda, have Yoda go. We'll share buffs. We got some good ones. All right, we'll slap the Brute Alpha. He's going to bring back the Brute. Not much we can do about that. All right. Round 2. Swing it around to Jolie. He can make him go. We'll tap. And then we'll try to hit Sunfac. And since we're so close on Sunfac, we're just going to finish him off. Spread around buffs. And let's go in on Brute. I think he's already got it back up to get the Brute back, though. So let's see if we can get him out of here. All right, now we're looking good. Looking good. Whoa, what if Yoda's buff steal attack got the Hive Mind and he attacked whenever the Geos attacked? That would be phenomenal. That would be like the coolest thing in the game. All right, we got this Newt. And we got a Bounty Hunter team. We've got what do we got? Stark and Tarkin and Palpatine. We could probably stun Dooku. Get a stun on him with Palpatine. Get some shocks going. Let's see if this wins. It's like my last Relic characters. It's like Relic scraps. Oh, Gideon's taking a beating. All right, zappy zappy. What? We didn't get anybody zapped. All right, Soldier? I think Soldier's probably more of a threat than Poggle. Now he's zapping me. That's no fun. Debuffs. Let's just kill Poggle. All right, now let's see if we can get Dooku under control here. I'm all ready for Dooku to fight back. I'm like, okay, we got to finish off this zap. Done. He falls over. Classy. Good job. Now for fleet. Let's see, where do we want to do first order? I think we want to do first order here. We can probably just stun them into the dirt. We'll do Hux, Hux, Hux. And then we're going to bring in Plo and... Where's Cassian's U-Wing? Where? Oh, there it is. Whew. For a second there, I thought I'd lost my Cassian's U-Wing. That would not be good. We'll bring this in just in case. All right. Fleet. That's what Relic 7 does for you. Makes super zappy. All right. Let's see. We'll do this on Vader so he can't get turn meter back. And attacks out of turn are less threatening. Put a stun on him, pull an assist, and he's out of here. Okay, and then for him, we'll just ability block him so that he can't do his fun move as the first move. Then we're going to bring in Cassian's U-Wing. Put armor down and put a big hit on this shuttle. Stun him up. All right, pass it over. Big hit. That bomber's being surprisingly difficult. All right, let's get the turn meter go faster. Let's just keep counterattacking. All right, let's go ahead and pull an assist. And I'm not sure if I can kill him, but let's just do a basic. Let's do a basic. Then let's pass over the turn meter. Big hit. Off to the races. Vader says, I'm against an auto deploy. At least you have fun with your Grand Arena. Auto deploys are no fun. At Division 1, it's just a wall of like 15 Galactic Legends. What is it? 7 times 3? 21 Galactic Legends. They're 21 best relic level characters in a row. That's what an auto deploy looks like for this division. All right, let's do Tarkin. Actually, I'll save Tarkin in case I need to clean up fleet. I don't think I will, but if I do, who knows? All right, we'll take in TIE fighter looking things. We'll bring in this ship. We'll bring in, I don't know. Bring in this as a reinforcement and that. If I can't beat it with what's on the table, then I kind of need like a cleanup fleet. So I'll just save stuff back for a cleanup fleet. Ships don't matter at this galactic power, right? Like I could just go in and spend all my ship credits, couldn't I? I could do that. All right. Vader says it's 7.1 million galactic power he's facing an auto deploy on. Yeah, I mean, it's just, that's what it is. It's just a solid wall of relics with galactic legends everywhere, and you might clear one zone if you're lucky. Certainly not fun. Doesn't go in the category of fun. All right, let's put a... Oh, we didn't get it. That's Biggs. Let's try to get a target lock back in the back row. Just keep putting out target locks. All right. We'll do buffs. Turn meter. Put them on fire. I love putting rebels on fire. So rewarding. All right. We need another target lock, so we got to target lock somebody. Or not. Target lock somebody. We got to leave him alive just for the stinking target lock. So embarrassing. All right, we got a target lock on there now. All right, what do we got? We just got a bunch of ships that I have no idea what they do. Let's do that. See if we can get this X-Wing out from back there. Not yet. All right, let's do big damage there. Let's do damage there. Let's do damage there. Fleet down, 63 banners. I feel like he could have put a lot stronger defense up here and still had plenty for offense. With all the ships and capital ships that he's got, man, he had plenty of stuff to do. 26-36, that's a good score, right? That's a good score. It dropped one battle. Everything else was clean. We got good banners on most of it. Only really got like 1 or 2 underdogs. Not bad. Pretty good in total. Only the one stumble. Yeah, only the one where Padme just got destroyed. Yikes. Yikes. That's good though. I mean that Fin Poe team is no joke. All right, well that's going to about wrap it up for today. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now. We've been on here for about 2.5 hours, so it's been fun. We've answered a lot of questions, played some Grand Arena. For anybody who's not over in the Discord yet, join us over on that Discord. Fun place to be. Lots of cool people, especially for newer players. A lot of helpful guys wanting to answer questions and help people out. So get on over there, join the group, find out what you need to find out. Or if you're an experienced player that likes to help players, man, we got a good Discord for you. You know, you'll be able to point people in the right direction and help out. So we like both kinds of people, new players that need help and experienced players that want to help. So everybody's welcome. I do have my Patreon stuff up and running. It's getting better. I'll keep improving over there. And by the time May rolls around, we're going to be having some giveaways to give over there. I think I'll have my first Darth Loquitur merchandise available. So could be some fun stuff if you want to join over there on Patreon. We'll, like I said, continue to make that better. Subscribe to the channel. Share it with other people if you know other people that might like these kind of videos. And hit the like button if you didn't on the way out. Last reminder for anyone who might not know, this is how you do it. The like saber goes through the like button, and that makes Darth Loquitur appreciative. Thank you all for coming out. Appreciate you guys. Inquisitors are the best.